Number two, I am not Hagrid's stunt double. Okay, now, to be honest with you, it won't be the first time I've been mistaken for somebody. In fact, I went to go see my family a few days ago, and I was there for 5 minutes before I was mistaken for my mum. Because not only do we have the same bra size, but she's got a cracking beard as well. So there we go. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the comedy that I do. Basically, I am a bit of a storyteller. I do a bit of observational humour. Yeah, I'm looking at some of you now, and you've kind of got that look on your face that I'm used to. That one that says, "Really? Observational? That's easy, innit? What you got to do is look at things and talk about it. What if you're blind? That's so easy then, is it? No. I was touching something the other day. No idea what it was. Had some difficulty reading Braille. 3 times it took me before I realised, keep it that. Anybody else think that a blind observational comedian would be pretty good? No, just me. All right. So yeah, no. The reason I sort of I stick to storytelling and observation is because I'm terrible at writing jokes, and I'm not going to lie. I think that has something to do with the fact that I have the attention span of a toddler on meth. So I mean, you give me a pen and paper and sit me down for an hour, and with my kid to crayon. You sit me down for an hour and you come back to see what I've got. Just doodled. Maybe a dick on the paper. Maybe a little cat. That's about it. Can't sound the jokes out anymore either, because I found myself going off on a tangent. In fact, the other week I found myself talking about not knowing the ins and outs of the porn industry. And then it probably goes deeper than I can handle. What was the original point? No idea. What was the joke I was trying to do? Couldn't tell you. So there we go. So I just stick to doing stories now. Stories a little bit like I had a run downtown a few months ago, and yeah, as they run. I ran downtown the same way that obesity runs in my family. Panting, waddling and wheezing, occasionally stopping for a donut break. While I was down there was these 2 guys across the street from me, right? And one of them sort of pointed me out and just went, "Oh look, it's Jesus!" Now, I'm not sure what kind of Bible they've been reading. Probably the one where Jesus feasted for 40 days instead of fasted. Not sure if such a Bible exists, but if it does, you can just call me your man-boob Messiah. I did that joke about 3 weeks ago. There's a dude in the back of the room, and he just sort of went, "He's not the Messiah, he's a very chubby boy." Oh shit. Your heckle's better than my punchline. So I stole it, it's been my set ever since. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Oh right, it was you. Right, fair enough. I thought it was audience appreciation. Oh, how wrong I am. I tell you what, I went to the loo just before coming down here because too much information. And for some reason, somebody had written on one of the stickers on the wall, "Is this a gay bar?" But it's not really what they wrote that was interesting. It was the sticker they decided to write it on. It was just one of a pineapple. What the fuck were they planning to do with that pineapple and that information, is what I want to know. And it's not even the worst thing I've seen written on a toilet stool. I mean, in fact, I was in Newcastle, great exotic place it is, and somebody had a go at philosophy, and they'd written, "Free your mind, and your shit will follow." You alright? What have you got?
A burrito.
A burrito. Sounds good, yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, no, basically, right, these people, they shout things out to me in the street, and this is a normal occurrence for me, because I'm a big guy, right? So I'm kind of used to it, and I don't mind it so much, unless, of course, I've had a bad day, or woke up on the wrong side of the bed, not had my 18-week fix that morning. Then I'm likely to want to punch you. Okay, and there's a couple of reasons why I don't. Number one, tiny hands. Okay? Tiny Donald Trump-sized hands. It's like being punched by a jelly baby. The other reason, I'm shit at being intimidating. Alright? Don't let the frame fool you. I'm a fucking pussy. So basically, like, seriously, this comes down to going off on tangents as well. Again, this is all down to that. If I try to be intimidating, what tends to come out? Somebody insults me and I come back at them with something like, you what, mate? You what? I'll batter you, mate. Yeah? Batter you like a fish. Like a deep fried, succulent piece of cod. Anyone else hungry? Salt this, I'm off the barnacles. So, yeah, no, I'm so bad at being intimidating, I decided to take up professional wrestling. You know, for some of you who don't know what that means that once a month, I squeeze myself into a tight spandex costume. And it is as pretty as it sounds, ladies, I promise you. It's like squeezing a watermelon into a condom. Oh, alright, too. But one of my favourite things that have ever happened to me actually happened in my time in wrestling. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the story, then I'm going to get off stage. And basically, at the time, it wasn't funny. Now, it's earning money. So, so yeah, no, at the time, I had a bit of a different look. I was playing a bit of a flamboyant character. I had this short, curly hair, with a hairband in, these purple, fluffy leg warmers. She knows. They were hers. And I stepped out through the curtains of a place called Northallerton, right? And I stepped out there, curly hair, hairband, leg warmers, this dude in the front row, not missing the beat. Oh look, it's Heather from EastEnders! Heather from EastEnders! Heather from EastEnders! So, alright, that's pretty funny, that's cool. Then it carried on. Heather from EastEnders! Heather from EastEnders! I thought, alright, it's getting old now. But it's cool, because I'm not back for like 6 months, so nobody's going to recognise me, it'll be fine. So I come out 6 months later, same hairband in, same leg warmers on, same guy in the front row. Oh, Heather, can I get your autograph? Heather from EastEnders. And it continued all the way through the match again. He's getting more riled up. He's like, Heather from EastEnders. So I thought, right, fuck this. 6 months time I'm back again, but I ain't taking any chances this time. So what was it? It made me look like Heather from EastEnders. I thought the hairband, personally. So what is the furthest thing you can get from a hairband? Anyone? Silence. Fair play. See, what I thought was top hat. I thought, you know, more is more, it'd be fine. So I replaced my hairband, pop it in my pocket, nice step out with the top hat on, same leg warmers, because, you know, I won't get rid of them, love them. And the same guy was in the front row. And without even blinking, Willy Wonka's let himself go, hasn't he? Top hat comes off my head, the hairband's back in, Heather from EastEnders! Because if you can't beat them, ladies and gentlemen, you join them. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Leon Brown, you've been an audience. Enjoy the rest of your show.